Hello. Have you wondered why most of the Swiss people that you've met so far are repulsed by your company, or they wish that you were sent to Mars and never to return? I have reasons that I can give you to clarify this. First of all, it's important to know and to remember that politeness is a virtue, and in all cultures around the world, politeness is valued, and Switzerland is not an exception to that. So for you to live in Switzerland and have a socially good time, it's important for you to display politeness. How do you display politeness in Switzerland? For instance, when you are invited to a meeting, or you're supposed to be part of a meeting, you're invited to a gathering, a party, you're supposed to be on time. And if you cannot make it on time, the most respectable and polite way to do so is to inform the person in advance and let them know that you will not make it on time. It's the basic courtesy to the person or the persons expecting you. It's also important to know that when you enter the bakery of your town or in your small village, it's important to know that you are to greet the people that you met there. Bonjour, grüß, guten Tag. It's important that you display an amount of politeness. It's very important. When you meet your neighbors in the hallway, you greet them. When you meet people on the street, when you're walking with your dog or you're having a wonderful stroll through the city, you are to greet people and to say sorry in case you are standing in the way of somebody. It's very important to do so in Switzerland. What is also necessary is that you display some tolerance, because as you notice already, since you live in Switzerland, Switzerland has many different languages, which are four, as opposed to, for example, an Anglo-Saxon country that has only one language for the whole country. In Switzerland, you have four: German, French, Italian, and Romansh. And for you to have an idea of what that means, it means actually that so many cultures come together in Switzerland, and it's a melting pot, which also implies that one is required to display tolerance and respect towards other people's differences, towards languages, toward cultural differences, and especially to express yourself in a manner that doesn't denigrate or insult the other person. Insults are well known, you know them, I know them. It's important to not treat people to the extent where you find it fitting to use insults to explain your points. It's important to remain at any point polite. What also helps in Switzerland, if you do not know what to say, is to shut up. It's important to be still and quiet and remain silent instead of offending other people or standing in the way of other people. The next thing that might help is to ensure that what you wish for you to have from a Swiss person is that you offer it. Let's say, for example, you're interested in meeting some of your colleagues outside of a work setup. So you invite them for an aperitif, for example, invite them for an apero. What you do is you go personally to the person, you send a message, maybe through Teams at work or out in Outlook, whichever way that you deem fit. And you invite your colleagues. Let's say I'm inviting you for an after-work drink, or I'm inviting you for an after-work dinner. And what is important during that invitation is to mention to the other person if you have a specific diet, which can be, for example, you're diabetic, you're allergic to gluten, you're vegan, you are lactose intolerant. It's important to inform the other person. So if they're planning to bring something to your aperitif or to your gathering, they make sure that this information is taken into consideration when they're making the choice of what they bring. So it's important to do that. and afterwards see what comes from there. So once you've extended an invitation to somebody, most of the time what happens is they want to invite you back. And after doing all that, what you can also do is be patient, because good things come with time. And with time, you build the small steps that take you to a wonderful relationship that you might have for a long time, because a friendship in Switzerland is something that's taken very seriously, and it lasts you normally for a lifetime. If you're interested in a deep relationship with another person that equally values those steps that you just took, which is display tolerance, act in respect, and having patience, I'm sure that you're going to find your way around Swiss people in Switzerland. See you next time.